mi ra tata ló. Owó ọkọ̀ wù mí bẹ́bí, mo kí ẹ ní ibẹ̀ yẹn. Rẹ̀mí rẹ̀mí o. Rẹ̀mí may I never lose. My very may I never lose. My own. You are worthy of my worship. Holy. Dr. Jide, may I never. Dr. Jide Adéwọ̀yè ló ń sanwó mi lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ó sanwó rẹ̀ bí ọmọ ológun. Oh my God. Oya, ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Rẹ̀mí, ó ti sin bàbá rẹ̀ o. Rẹ̀mí, ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Dr. Jide o, ó ti sin bàbá rẹ̀ o. Tó bẹ́ wọn láwùlùwà. Ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Rẹ̀mí tó bẹ́ wọn láwùlùwà. Ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Ṣọlá Bello, ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Ṣọlá mi Bello, ó ti sin bàbá rẹ̀ o. Dr. Didi Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ Àdúgbò, ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Ó ti sin bàbá rẹ̀ o. Ọmọ wọn lọ́lùwà. Ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Ọmọ wọn lọ́lùwà. Ẹ tọ́jú FBC. Ọmọ ni ó ń sìn ẹ́. Ó yá rẹ̀ bí ò bá wọn wá. Ìwọ ò ní bá wọn lọ. Ẹ̀mí ló máa dé wọ̀nyí. Ò bá wọn wáyé. Ìwọ ò ní bá wọn lọ. Rẹ̀mí mi kún 6 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lọ́rin. Rẹ̀mí ṣe mí ilé ayé. Ilé ayé ìlàgbàdé àwọn. Rẹ̀mí Moses ọmọdé wọ̀nyí. Ọmọ wọn lẹ́nu bí rẹ̀ ní retí kò tán. Ò bá wọn wá. Ìwọ ò ní bá wọn lọ. Bá wọn wáyé. Ìwọ ò ní bá wọn lọ. Ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ Ṣọlá Bello. Rẹ̀mí ṣe mí ilé ayé. Ilé ayé ìlàgbàdé àwọn. Nítorí Rẹ̀mí sún síwájú àwọn oríire. Àwọn wọ̀ rí irú yìí ò sí o. Ṣọlá mi Bello. Ẹ tọ́jú FBC. Ẹ tọ́jú lékeleke mi àgbàdo tí mo kọ́ rí. Àwọn òkè ńláńlá. Òkè wẹ́wẹ́. Ìjì lílẹ̀. Rẹ̀mí kò lè dúró níwájú. Ọlọ́run yé. Ẹni tó bí tó. Olúwa o. Rẹ̀mí ìwọ kọ́. Ọlọ́run ni o. Adé ọba mọ́tà ló ń sanwó rẹ̀. Ọmọdé wọ̀nyí ìrọ̀lọ́ ńlá yé mo bá ròde. Adé yé mo bá ròde. Àwọn ta Atlanta o. Àwọn ta Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n gbórí wọlé sí Ìbàdàn. Rẹ̀mí ìwọ kọ́. Ọlọ́run ni o. Adé ìwọ kọ́ sẹ́. Ọlọ́run ni o. Torí orí ògùn wáyé. Orí òwòrì. Rẹ̀mí ò orí ògùn wáyé. Orí òwòrì. Adé ọ̀gbọ́n lómi nínú. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ní ẹ̀. Ìdí ògùn kò ṣe é rí. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ní ẹ̀sẹ̀. Orí ẹ̀ tètè yà fún. Adé bọ̀bọ̀ kẹ́lẹ́dà ẹ̀ o. Wá gbé ẹni jà o. Ìwọ kọ́ sẹ́. Ọlọ́run ni o. Rẹ̀mí ìwọ kọ́. Ọlọ́run ni o. Ìwọ kọ́ sẹ́ o. Ọlọ́run ni o. Adé ìwọ kọ́. Ọlọ́run ni o. Adé l'Atlanta. Orí ògùn wáyé. Orí ògùn wáyé. Àgbọ̀n mi nínú. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ní ẹ̀. Ìdí ògùn kò ṣe é rí. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ní ọ̀sán. Orí ẹ̀ tètè yà fún ẹ̀kọ́. Ẹlẹ́dàá ẹ̀kọ́. Ó yá rẹ̀ mí. Saheed Chiberu SSI mo kí ẹni bẹ̀yẹn àwọn kan náà dá Saheed kí wọ́n má sọ̀rọ̀ bí Elédùmarè mọ́ o àwọn kan náà dá Saheed Chiberu àwọn kan náà dá SSI mo kí ẹni bẹ̀yẹn àwọn kan náà dá amazing kí wọ́n má sọ̀rọ̀ bí Elédùmarè àwọn kan náà dá.
Welcome everybody. How a day? How's everybody doing? Good? Welcome. Oh my God, I feel like I haven't been here for ages, forever and ever. Welcome everybody. Shout out to Marriott today here. Shout out to D Crown 247. Welcome. Shout out to Natu, my G. Welcome. Oh, Marriott, you like the thumbnail? Nice. Here, let me pull. I'm actually gonna need the thumbnail. Let me pull it up. All right. Today's topic is out of our norm, but I've shied away from this topic for a long time. But I feel like it's getting too close to home, and I need to address this and put this out here as a warning. Especially for those of you that have aging parents that are getting older. I wanted to put this out here. There's a lot of pyramid shaped bad investments going on. So I'm going to give you guys some 5 signs to watch out for to avoid this kind of MMM type of deal. You guys remember the MMM in Nigeria that collapsed once upon a time? By the way, that was just a popular one. It happens all the time. So today I'm going to give you 5 signs that whatever investment opportunity you might be looking at is scam likely. Okay, scam likely. I get calls all the time that literally tells me scam likely. Some of them are just salespeople trying to sell something, but that's why it says likely. So it's not exactly always true, but probably it's a probability, a small chance that whatever you're looking at is a scam. So as a matter of fact, this one got way too close to home, and I said, you know what, I need to talk about this, give you guys the signs that you need to look out for. How many of you have seen some of those aunties on YouTube? Advertisement on YouTube, it comes up as a pre-roll, in-stream roll. You know those ones that you have to skip. It might have happened when you came on this platform today. And you see an auntie will just pop up out of nowhere and just start speaking Yoruba, Abi Igbo, Abi Efik. And they will start basically relating with you, and they say, why are you still struggling? You know in your heart of hearts that we work, and we come home and years later we have nothing to show for it. Have you guys seen those videos? Abi is only me seeing it. You know, if you haven't engaged such things, you might not have seen it, because the algorithms basically work on your interest. It tries to match your interest. Okay, if you haven't seen those, you've seen people that invite you to come and take a look at opportunities, business opportunities. They say, Baba, you need to see this thing. You need to see this thing. This thing is going to make us serious money, right? And then if you've been around long enough, at least here in Yankee, if you've been around long enough, that same person have tried to sell you a couple of things, because they tend to be the one to see those kind of things. Yes, that's what we're talking about. How many of you know what Amway is? I'm gonna just put Amway on the spot today. I'm not using the company's name because my first channel, as a matter of fact, the first channel that we built up to 1,000 subscribers way back in 2010 or so, we used to review what we call the MLM companies. If you're not familiar with MLM companies, they also call them network marketing companies. Yes, they call them network marketing. That's their official name. Sometimes they might use fancy words like direct sales. Direct sales is obviously not a scam, but they're also doing direct sales. What that means is that they depend on your family and your friends. Not just you. they depend on your family and friends. Once they recruit you, the next step is obviously to tap into your immediate circle of influence. That's what they call it. So they might, back in the days, they might have you set up a meeting in your house. So and then the person who is like your team lead will come and do a presentation, and then try to sell all those people and recruit them into under your team. And you keep it going and going and going and going like that. And then some people call it the pyramid scheme. And it's like a church, it's like a cult. They have very similar practices to anything cultish in nature. It's very secret, hush, hush. Don't tell anybody about it. Just invite them to this. Just invite. When you get there, we will tell them what it is. These days, because of for a long time they shied away from using social media. They want you to stick to that same way of doing things. But they realize eventually that social media is bigger than nobody anybody's mate. So what do? They have video presentations on the internet. So you might have one of your friends randomly will send you a video and say, hey, take a look at this. What is it about? Just watch, because they taught them to not interrupt. Don't just let them see the video and let them decide for themselves. Now, some of those practices, I'm not particularly against them. That's how you sell. You get people within the right controlled environment, and then you show them so that nothing will interrupt the value they will see from it, right? But then I have problem with it when it gets close to home. Let me tell you, I'm being selfish. I'm sharing this with you is purely out of the selfishness of my heart, because it's getting too close to home. Typically, to each his own. That's just how I move, right? And some people might consider it hating because this is somebody's hustle. So tonight I'm about to literally tamper with somebody's hustle. But again, if you're going to come too close to home, or my people, the people that loyally come here, I also owe it to you guys to warn you guys about this kind of opportunities. Now, the reason why the channel, one of the original channels that I built with my brother back in 2009-10 crashed was because these people act like cults. They were flagging our videos. So we were tackling a lot of these pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme type companies, and we will review them and we'll say, hey, this is a business like any other business. You need to market, you need to recruit. If you're not recruiting people, you're not going to make money. If you're not getting your family and friends to be joining the business, you're not going to make money. What if I sell the product? It's not about the product. That's one of the factors that make it a scam, by the way. If it's not about the product, not just that they have a product or they don't have it. So ideally, they will tell you, if we don't have a product, then you can call us a scam, because then it's just money exchanging hands. No, it's not that simple. If majority of the attention is on recruiting rather than the product, then it is scam likely. What I mean by that is it can actually be legal. They could be running it legally, but eventually it's not sustainable. It will collapse because there's not enough money to pay all the people that you're promising that they will make money once they recruit people. So today we'll do small math. We'll do some small math, okay? So the people that are selling it to you, they're not going to call it MLM. MLM stands for multi-level marketing, okay? Okay? MLM stands for multi-level marketing. Today is a small workshop. I don't want you to be a victim of this situation. Some of your parents might end up being victim of this situation. Some of your loved ones might end up being a victim of this situation. You just mind your business, because again, if they're already sold on it, you're probably not going to convince them otherwise. Do you understand? They do a fine, beautiful job at selling these people on the idea. This sometimes they buy into it because they're desperate. Sometimes they sell them on the ideal of retirement. You can retire and you have all this on this organization that you built, and because you built this organization, it's all yours and you can pass it on to your children. It's a lie. You cannot pass this type of things on to your children. The only thing you can pass on to your children is as close as possible to money. Sometimes it's trust, sometimes it's an asset that, if you raise your children in the business, then you can pass on the skill set to actually run the business. If you pass on a business, even a real business like the Abiola type business, if you pass it on to your children and you never taught them, or they never really worked in the business with you, it will all crumble. It's not going to work. Okay, they will destroy the business. The only way you can pass on something to them is if you have some kind of money in trust or something like that. And even at that, we know what typically happens to those kind of money that people don't work for. They don't value it. Okay, so the idea that you're going to pass on this type of organization with people that are flaky, human beings that are liars, to your children, and then somehow people will give them money. I don't care what kind of product is behind it. It could be insurance. Some of you are already in the insurance business. I'm not going to mention names because we don't want them to come and flag our video. Like I said, they flagged our videos, they took down our channels. Because when these people buy into this, it's an ideology, it's a stronghold on their mind. You can't tell them nothing. You cannot convince them that this is not going to work. They have captured their hearts. It's very difficult to get them out of it. You can't sell them otherwise. Okay, they're just gonna have to see it. The only thing you can do if you have loved ones in this is to support them and just root for them and just hope they're okay. But I want to show you some 5 factors. Okay, I'm not going to be much long here. Okay, I'll be back in my studio next week so we can do several-hour live stream. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing like 7. I'm not doing that with you guys. Okay, I'm protecting my time from all over now. All right. You pay me good money, I'll show up. If not, then we're going to use this to advertise 1 hour per stream. Okay, so that the people that have money can come and see us behind the scenes. Oluremi says, I'm in insurance business. You are in insurance business. Insurance business is fine. Are you in an insurance business that follow this model? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Let me know. Don't worry, I won't shoot down your business if you're already in one. I'm just going to give you the 5 factors to watch out for, and then you might want to make some very, very tough decisions. All right, so now that's the structure right there. It's called the pyramid. They might tell you, well, every organization is shaped like a pyramid. So what are you talking about? I'm speaking from experience, ladies and gentlemen. I'm speaking from experience. I don't talk about things. I don't know if you guys notice. I don't talk about things that I do not know anything about or I don't have some kind of experience in. I generally shy away from anything that I don't have at least some kind of indirect experience in, at least indirect. So I'm speaking from experience, okay? It's not always obvious that these are scams or that this will potentially collapse later on. Collapse meaning it's not sustainable. So it might not even be outrightly illegal, but it will collapse. And the way they have, the way that they hold on to your mind, you're probably going to lose all your money. Even if you make some good money up front, you're going to lose all of them back into it. And somebody's going to move over to the island and run away for life. Sometimes it happens that way. Sometimes they track them down and they have to pay serious money back. And sometimes they hide a lot of money. Sometimes they might even go to jail for 6 years, come back to $40 million hiding somewhere. And you like this, you're broke. Or God forbid, your parents, they've basically lost their life savings on this kind of stuff. So, Maya says it is to hope they don't enter the one chance. Anna Alonso does good anti-MLM videos. Yes. I don't know who that person is, but yes, there's some good videos out there. If you enter, it's one chance. No, I don't care if you're listening to me right now. If you're already invested in it, it's one chance. It's almost unlikely that you're not going to hate me after this video. But I understand. Okay, but again, I will share 5 factors with you that you need to look out for. So maybe after this one burns out, because it's a fact, it's not sustainable. If you fall under this category, if they're not illegal, it's not sustainable. Okay, well, sorry, if it's not illegal, then it's simply not sustainable. As it stands, as it is, right? From all businesses that start, 95% of them, that's a general number, but it's generally accepted in most jurisdiction. 95% of businesses will fail in the first 5 years. You know why? Because they're not sustainable. People overextend themselves. They're over leveraged into the situation. They might have borrowed loan money and things like that, or they got burnout is real. Even in this content creation stuff we do, burnout is real. You see me take a step back. This week, I had some time. I was just like, no, I'm backing off of this for a little bit. So I do that. I do that for myself. I'll back off a little bit. I'll come back to it again. Because I need to run it in a way that is sustainable, not where I will just completely burn out and I will resent the situation. So most businesses, 95%, not most, yeah, well, most 95% of businesses will fail within their first year. How much more businesses that's already destined to fail? These 5 factors I give you today will tell you if a business is destined to fail or not. It's simple math though, but believe it or not, the brain, once it's emotionally engaged, once you're caught up in your emotions, they understand simple math anymore. Sadly, you're not patient enough to listen to the simple math. You will hate anything that sounds like it's going to make you change your mind, even if your spirit already tells you like, this is a bad idea. So all those aunties, they are going viral. They're everywhere. You're going to see them. Some of them are burning out. I could tell they're burning out because sometimes I won't see their ad anymore, and then they will come back with full force. And sometimes they will join forces together as a team, and they will act like they're at an event or they're on a beach somewhere and say, we're on the beach, enjoy our life. They didn't tell you exactly how they pay for the beach. They're using their day job to pay for the beach. Some of them will have a car, a big car, a Mercedes, that say, oh, my company gave me this car. Yes. They won't tell you that the company gave them the lease money based off of their production. So if they continue to recruit people, the company will take small, maybe $500, and say, this is your lease money. Make sure you make sure you have the lease so that you can show it off, so that you can recruit more people. This life, hey, greed is a bastard. Mario said, okay, one chance. Oluremi says, I left the company that followed that model of MLM. Yeah, insurance is lucrative all in itself, and you're gonna have to sell it. And you have to be good at marketing and sales and presentation. If you're good at that, that's perfect. Insurance is a necessity. The government where I live make it a necessity. I don't know about everywhere else. At least for a car, but for life insurance and all those kind of things, optional. If you own a home, you have to have insurance on it. Okay, so insurance is good, but if there's pressure around recruiting people into the business, it's not sustainable. Okay, there's a reason why they're doing that. They're counting on you, your family, and your friends, and most people are not set up that way. You see, as I'm talking, this is one of the most difficult things for human beings to do, public speaking. In fact, there's a study that was conducted years ago. Some people would rather die, jump off a cliff than to public speak. It's very difficult for many people. Anyway, I'm going to get to it. One of my parents lost money to an MLM. Lack of financial knowledge is a problem in our age. Mario, it's a serious problem. It's going around. Our parents are culprits in this, especially if you're not meeting up to their standard of what they think you should be successfully yet, or especially if they're jobless, if they don't have anything to do with their time, and especially if they have a lot of money in savings and they feel like, hey, it's just $2,000, it's just $500. But a lot of this one's on the internet. This one you see is $149. I don't know if this is 1 hour is enough for me on this one. I have stories for days. Okay, I have stories for days. Gee, welcome, Jerry. I hate recruiting people, especially family members. I don't mind recruiting. I hate recruiting my family and friends. I actually think it's moral bankruptcy. I actually think I want to be careful because a lot of people are doing it from ignorance. But after I tell you tonight, if you continue, it's moral bankruptcy. Because you know better. We're supposed to recruit. If you're building a business, you will recruit people, but you pay them. You pay them at least some kind of base salary, even if they're salespeople. But if you're recruiting them because you make a bonus, and you know in your heart of hearts that this shit is difficult, you know that this is it's the most, one of the most difficult thing anybody would do. But people, because of the promises of, I think Mary Kay used to give Cadillac away, pink Cadillac. Five Links was another company that used to give BMW away. I haven't heard about Five Links in a long time. The company that I was first introduced to, this is what I'm talking about. So let me tell you guys some stories. What I am talking about will go as far back as 2001-ish. Maybe the year 2001. Because the year 2000 I was here by myself. My brother joined me in 2001. And then somebody invited us, a friend of mine, a family friend, invited us to his apartment. I remember the apartment now, like Piscataway, New Jersey. He invited us to his apartment. When we got there, we saw a few Indians. Like, what is going on? I thought we were just coming to hang out. He wanted to show us something. But then I saw a bunch of Indians. Well, they kind of dressed semi-formal, you know. I was like, okay, no big deal. All right. They turning on the TV, remote control, They started showing this thing. First of all, I couldn't comprehend whatever the hell was going on. I couldn't, at that time, I must have been 21 years old. After we looked at it, and then they brought out some products, some toothpaste. The name of the company was Amway. I don't know if if you've been around long enough, you've heard of Amway. But don't let me assume that. I used to think at one point that this thing has spread so wide, people should be able to know these scams and avoid them. But I've found out that I've been wrong a few times. Anyway, Amway was the company. There's also another company called Herbalife. These are the mothers of MLM. Amway, Herbalife. There's also Melaleuca. Yeah, I remember, it's coming back to me. This is interesting. I haven't touched this stuff since 2014, as in like when I was reviewing them. Okay, so those three companies, the two companies, Amway, Herbalife, Melaleuca, and they've all fought cases in court. They have lobbyists that will fight for them. They are big. Amway especially is a big company. They have their name on an arena center in one city like that in the US. I don't know. It's called the Amway Center. Anyway, so Amway, what it was they brought out the products, toothpaste, roll-on, Abia roll-on, what do you call it, deodorants, you know, all those kind of stuff, like regular goods and stuff like that. They brought them out. Hold on, there's confessions in the chat too. What is going on? Chie, what did you do, Chie? You joined Melaleuca? No. Oluremi, these people don't take for America. Jesus Christ. She said I left Herbalife 2023. Ha! All right. Don't worry, I will have balance today. I'm not gonna all the way castigate them. I'm just gonna show you. Well, you probably shouldn't be in Amway. You probably shouldn't be in Amway, Melaleuca, and Herbalife. Sorry. You know, heart of Amway, there are so many new ones, new doing health. There are crypto ones. A lot of people lost a lot of money over the last 3 years in the Forex exchange ones. They are going wild. The greed of human beings will never end. Write that down. It will never end. The only thing you can do is educate yourself. Have some sense. Okay? Have some sense. Once you have some sense, what I just said sounds so simple, but I don't know, because sometimes I have fear that I'm speaking from experience, and a lot of people have to have their own experience before they get it. That's my fear. Even when we come to relationships and marriage, when we talk about those things, I feel like a lot of people have to have the experience. They have to get burnt badly before they realize that everything else is more expensive. You know, over the past few days, I had to block my calendars because there were too many looky-loos coming to book time with me, and for some reason they have no regards for my wife and I's time. So we had to block the calendars. You know, at least put something there for people to put their money where their mouth is. You know, after all, we put out free books, free videos. You know, that's more than enough free stuff. You know, but anyway, like I was saying, I think some people need to get burnt before they realize. I think experience is still the best teacher. So I'm not even going to compete with experience. I think it's okay. Because there were things too that I had coconut head in and I just didn't listen until I got burnt. Yeah. I think it's perfectly okay. Hopefully it doesn't take you out. Some people don't have a second chance. Some people don't have a third chance. Anyway, they brought out the toothpaste, soap, all these different products in boxes. And they now said, yeah, so all we have to do is we're going to be making money. They show us the compensation plan. That's another keyword phrase you're going to hear a lot. Compensation plan. What is the compensation plan? What kind of percentage they're going to pay you based on it? To seem at first, if they still have some conscience, they'll focus on the product. If they lack conscience, or somebody will coach you, after nobody's listening, like, Baba, let me tell you, they will call you, say, Baba, we go make serious money if you take this serious. Don't worry about the product. You just make sure it's not recorded. Don't worry about the product. Say you just want to make money, Abby. Let's just get your family and friends packed in the room. Bring them to the Saturday meetings. So they used to have like Saturday meetings at the hotel. Yeah, like every Sunday, every Saturday you have to show up. But the idea, you don't show up by yourself. You bring a friend. All you need is one friend. Remember this, if you look at this diagram here, all you need is one friend to take off one of your legs. If one of your legs take off, that one leg can become 1,000 people in that organization. And now you're bringing in money. 10,000 people, $10,000 every month. And all you did is introduce one friend. Imagine that. They tell you, imagine the same languages. They use the same languages. What kind of languages are we talking about? I think I should. Since we're at the bottom of the hour, let me get into some of this material. Don't worry, remind me, I will tell you the rest of the story. So back in 2009, I was invited to Hamway. Of course, I did not do it. Back in 2000, and it must have been around 2003, I think my junior year in college. 2003 or 4, it might be senior year. I think it's more like 3 years. I was in a library, NJIT. Who knows NJIT? You don't know? Okay, never mind. It's one of the best engineering school in the world. NJIT, junior year, I was in the library, and I don't know, I was just chatting with a friend that we actually, I think we also were co-workers a little bit at FedEx, because I worked for FedEx for 7 years, throughout my college years and a little bit after that. And I was just like, I need to make money, Baba, I'm broke. He said, you're broke? You want to make some money? I was like, I don't enter one chance. No, I didn't know that at the time. Remember, this is like years later now, right? And they said, I'll show you something. You know what? I'm going to show you something. I want to invite you to an event. As a matter of fact, at that time, I didn't know what the hell was going on. So before we knew, he said, you know what? There's a meeting. You want to come by? It's at Penn Station, Newark. Showed up to Penn Station, Newark. And then we're sitting in, those kind of seats at the Penn Station, but it's kind of like you have to sit inside. It looks like a restaurant seat. Back then, we sat down, the guy pulled out some pamphlets, blah, blah, blah. 30 minutes later, the guy said, so what we want to do is we want you to come to an event. So Pramerica was the company. How many of you have joined Pramerica before? Pramerica is still existing, by the way. Insurance company, that's what it's supposed to be, but really it's about recruiting. They had their own buildings. This one did not do hotel meetings. They had their own buildings where they bring people on Saturday. I showed up there. Eventually, the guy was trying to get me to join. I said, no. Honestly, the real reason why I didn't join, college kid, those first two college kid, can I confess? Okay, the Hamway, I didn't join. I didn't have the money. Okay, I was making 300, maybe 250 per week. I had to pay, I don't know, $300 and $350 in rent. I have to eat candy here and there, and I have to go to the clubs every other weekend. As a young kid, I didn't have no $250, $300 to give anybody. I was in college too, but America will require me to go and get insurance license. Honestly, I couldn't comprehend all of that. All I knew is that this wasn't for me. This wasn't, it wasn't get rich quick enough. Anyway, that was how that went. So that was my first introduction into MLM. Amway 2001, 2003 or 4, Pramerica. Then, as soon as I was finishing college, some of you might know my story. I got into real estate, went crazy real estate, some massive success. Then the market crashed, poof, 2008. And then I was looking for what can I do? I have some good money at this, so I have money in savings. So what can I do? Did some car business. But anyway, we ended up in a company called ACN. This time with me and my brother. That will be the first one I joined. ACN is very similar to 5LINX. It was back in the days when there was no digital, like it was video phones before there was WhatsApp, of course. Before I continue, so 2 years I was in Melaleuca, left Herbalife. Okay, awesome. Yes, so spent thousands, no result. Oh, Oluremi. Crypto too, yes. A lot of people a lot of pump and dump over the past 3 to 4 years. You didn't see them? Oh, I guess you're so disengaged from it. Missy EE, welcome. Let's see. We're talking about MLMs. The newer ones are digital business, the aunties that are showing up at the beginning of Auntie B's video. Wow, you still working so hard. You need soft life. That's the newer ones. Watch them. Hola, humans are full of shit, like you told me the last time. I'm telling you. Yeah. Hola, the way I hate those marketing schemes, bring a friend, family, then the friendship is fractured when they flee with it. If you have enough coconut head, you will lose all your friendships. If you have a healthy level of coconut head and you dream big, yes, your friend, every time you call them, they will look at the phone. It's like, nah, I'm good. Anyway, the one you will need $5,000 to start. Yeah, there are many of them, even $25,000, by the way, many of them. Mr. E said, I was defrauded when I had just started working. The way I cried for my money, I had already planned for it. I hope the criminals never prospered over it. Listen, the companies will eventually collapse. It's just a matter of time. Okay, now again, like I said, there are some that have stood the test of the ancient ones. Companies like Harmway, Herbalife, they find a way to kind of like stay alive. But the point is not about the companies themselves. Even Herbalife is publicly traded. The point is about you. Can you win with this type of business model? Is really what I'm talking about. Okay. The idea of having other people market your product is not a scam by itself. But remember what I just said, market a product. If the pressure is heavily weighted on recruiting, yeah. Especially now in this digital era, people will come and cook a software. They say, our software will do all this. Be careful. Why would you want to trust a software with your money? I don't care if it's $1. Why? Why would you want to do that? I'm saying, oh my God, I'm only in America. The worst insurance company ever. Really? Yeah. Chai, MOP, you're old small. You don't work out. Marriott. Let me just be calming down. This time, we got to get it right. And I want everybody here to get it right. Either we're talking about your health, your relationships, or your money. I want you to get it right. These things, they are not common sense. I'm sorry. Some of the smartest human beings you know will fall for this. Why? Because they also have emotions. All you have to do is capture their emotion and it's over. It's a wrap. If you can figure out how to capture their emotion, that's it. All the school they went to will go right out the window. Some of the most popular people in Melaleuca and Herbalife were medical doctors. I don't work as small. You're right. I don't work as small. I've been around. Medical doctors.
I never expected it.
Medical doctor. Honorary anesthesiologist will go to school for 13 years. And somebody will present some $250 something, and you just like, well, it's just $200. So it's not just $200. It's not just $200. It's money. It's not just money. It's your mindset. Even worse. Anyway, let me calm down. MOP, the B aunties, so she, me of them, they flash new keep on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Listen, they're going viral. Watch them. Mark this day. They're going viral. I've seen them everywhere. They're recruiting people. They call them digital business. Even worse. Okay. Now, what they're hiding, when you now go to presentation, you notice there's an Indian, there's one Chinese guy, and there's one white person. And then you'll be like, wait, I thought this was our thing. Like, no, it's not your thing. It's not your thing. Not them. Not them. All right. Anyway, let me keep going. Let me get to number one. I'm going to get to number one. I've got quite a bit of, I thought this would be very quick and short, but honestly, I have story for days on this kind of stuff. Maybe, let's see how this video does. Then maybe it's something we can revisit for more later on. But first thing first is that when you listen to the business model and it doesn't add up, the problem is that if you're caught up in your emotions, they all add up. But let's talk about what we mean by if it doesn't add up, right? If somebody said they're a travel platform, a travel company, but their focus in all their marketing messages about the investment returns, or they said they are in a scooter business, there's a new one out there. Their product is supposed to be scooters for urban areas. Instead of people using cars, they can just rent a fast scooter, right? And you just take it, zoom, you're at work, you don't have to stay in traffic. A lot of people are renting it in China, in Hong Kong, but you have not touched this product, right? But they mentioned that product one time in a 30-minute presentation. The rest of your conversation was about how you're going to make returns on your money. Scam likely, okay? Scam likely. If the business model does not add up, scam likely, okay? What do I mean? Let me give you an example. I'll give you a quick example real quick. Let's do some quick maths. And I like to talk about red flags in relationship a lot. What about your money? What about your money? Anything that looks like quick returns and you don't have to do shit, red flag. Okay, let's look at this example right here. Oh yes, I heard that one lately. You did. Oh no. Oh no. Now, I am a digital marketing consultant. You guys should know that if you don't know already, right? In fact, one of my books is called Digital Marketing Certified, right? But when you come to me, right, take a consultation with me, you're gonna spend money, but it's not just that simple. More importantly, it's not about, you can spend $1. Listen, it's not even about the money. It's your mindset. It's your skill set and your mindset. If you can press boost on any post on social media right now, right? And Facebook will gladly take your $1. That $1, most likely you've lost it. Why? Because you don't know what you're doing. Simply, okay? I have people that started a YouTube channel like this. They're nowhere to be found anymore. What happened? They pressed boost on YouTube, or YouTube say advertise the channel. You advertise the channel, the people that are seeing advertisements, they tend to watch less. They kill your algorithms, they destroy everything. Before you know it, you get burnt out. You had a promise. You have 40, 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers, but they don't watch. Listen to me carefully. This platform, we have 6,000 plus subscribers. How many of us are here right now live? 18. By the time we're done with this video, maybe we get 100, 200. That's how the math works, right? So think about it. If you actually advertise, you push it by force in front of their face, the numbers are a lot less, worse, right? So now eventually you're going to run out of money. Is Facebook a scam? Is YouTube a scam? No. Okay, it's no. All right, but this whole business model that you're following is scam likely. Okay, some of them are outright scam. Okay, some of them are just outright scams. Okay, digital marketing is a skill set. It's either you pay me to do all the work for you, or you pay me a course. I'll train you so you can do all the work. The idea of removing work from it is a scam. Listen to what I just said carefully, okay? Digital marketing is a skill set. A digital business is a product of digital marketing, right? That's run on social media, on digital platforms, obviously, right? The idea of a turnkey, you just turn your key and it becomes money. Yoruba people call it shogundogoji, scam likely, okay? You know the funny thing? If you put your money in S&P 500, you put your money in Dow Jones, you put your money in NASDAQ, the Qs, the basic ones, and you play that game. I've shared it with you guys here before. It's called dollar cost averaging. You put something there every month or every week consistently for the it will increase. I have videos on here that show you, okay? Over a period of 6 months, you will see money actually multiply. But then Trump can come into office and then right, that can also happen. But over the long term, your discipline, your money will increase. Okay, it's been proven over and over again. That's why we have America. But you know what people don't want to do? They want to skip the work and the patience part of it. Anything that involves you skipping the work and the patience part of it, I don't care if we're talking about relationship or money or your health. Mozambique people, be careful. I don't know. I just say anything about to overnight. I switch to Yoruba. O Kamilara. Anything that looks like overnight success, it's a lie. I said it with my full chest. It's a lie. One of the most favorite things they like to say is that scared money don't make no money. Remember, you can justify everything in the scriptures. Just remember that, okay? Let's slow down. Anyway, look at the numbers on your screen. $2,000 investment. You keep it in there. You put your money in, and then you get $66 for every weekday in a month. How much does that become? That become $1,320 per month. What is the return on investment on that? Is that correct? You guys tell me, is that correct what you're looking at on the screen? Is that 66%? Is it correct or is it wrong? Marriott, help me. Is this correct? Why did I assume Marriott knows math? But yeah, anybody who knows math, is that correct? 66% return on investment. If you grow too fast, you will crash and burn. It's life. If somebody grow too fast and they sustain it, is because there's some kind of work that went on behind the scenes that you're not aware of. There's no such thing as overnight success. Maybe you didn't see the work, you didn't see everything that led to that one night, but there's no such thing. Okay? Even if you made money, like for me, I had some serious success very fast. By the time I was 26, I had done more money than most human beings would do in their lifetime. Guess what happened to it by the time I was 28? Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess, I'll let you guys guess. Okay? Yoruba people say, "Owó àkọ́pá ọmọdé candy ló máa ń fi jẹ." Okay? 66% in return on investment, Sir Patrick. Welcome, sir. Is that number correct? Now, I'll show you that, yes, if you do the math based off of that, if you collected the 1,320 back plus your 2,000, then it will be correct. If they held on to your 2,000 and they gave you 1,320, what is the return on investment on that? If you get it, let's do the math. Let me see if I can do the math. Return on investment. You invested $2,000 and you got 1,320 back. Is that really 66% return on investment? Well, here's the thing with some of these newer companies with the softwares and all the fanciness. They will show you a dashboard. You see your money there. The only thing is that the dashboard is not Wells Fargo and it's not Bank of America. It is their own website. They will show you there and they will show you the number 1,322, right? Back in the days, they have to kind of like, back in the Madoff days. You guys know who Madoff is, right? Don't tell me you don't know who Madoff is. GPT said I'm right. Tell GPT that you didn't get your $2,000 back yet. And let's fix that. Tell GPT, but I don't have my $2,000 back yet. Right? Even worse, everything is just shown on the dashboard somewhere. I'm giving you guys some game, okay? Giving you guys some game. Let me actually see if Google can get this right for me. I invested $2,000, 320. Okay, so minus equals to, we're doing maths today. It's not obvious. These things are not obvious because again, all they have to do is capture your mind. All right, the difference is 680. All right, so you're actually, if you actually got the cash 1,320, you're negative 680 in. Your returns is negative 680, meaning you haven't gotten your 680 yet. Okay, your initial investment is 2,000, right? Let's multiply that by 100. Jesus Christ, it's actually worse than I thought. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's actually negative 34% return ROI. You guys get it? Yes. Yes, Marriott, negative 34% loss. Why? Because you don't have your $2,000 back. This is going to get more interesting. This is worse than I thought. Just me thinking it through right now. And I'm running out of time. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So now the 1,320 is actually, you don't have that too. It just has a label on it in the back office, in the members area, that says it's profit. It's actually not in your Bank of America yet. It's not in Zenith Bank yet. It's in the bank of the MLM. I'm trying to do the portable laugh. How many of you have listened to the song Portable sang for Lande? Yes, GPT is great, right? It's awesome. Anyway, so that number 66% ROI is on paper. With an MLM company, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Oh my God, it's crazy. It's terrible. Oh my God, somebody fell for this. Anyway, then they said, another example. It gets worse, guys. It gets worse. Another example. If you have your family and friends doing this, please don't go and be preaching this to them. It's not going to work. Just pray for them. If they already bought into it, it's too late. They just have to get burnt first. Hopefully they survive it. I mean, you can try, you go collect. Because they will call you dream killer. Okay, they will call you dream killer. Look at this one. The next level is $5,000 investment, $130. Turned out to be $2,600 per month. It's 52% return on investment per month. Let's change that number around. 5,000. Yes, 5,000 minus 2,600. Is it 2,600? No, let me see. Where is it? Yeah, 2,600. Fake return because it's not in your hands yet. Okay, 2,600. Okay. Divided by 5,000. All right, let's see. This is actually worse. The more money you put in, the more loss you are going to be at. That's not the picture they painted for you. The more money you are making, because now you're bringing in $2,600. You think, okay, as compared to 1,320. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, so even if those numbers were accurate, even if the 66% return on investment, let's say it's actually cash in your bank, right? Let's just, for the rest of this show, let's assume it's actual real money in the bank. These are far higher than what legitimate business or investments offer. If this is far higher than what most legitimate business and investments offer, don't you think every one of them will come into this opportunity that nobody has ever heard of before and be a part of it, even if they are going to pay teenagers to work it, even if it's small work involved, even if it's just copy and paste on social media and get everybody else in? Don't you think they want to? Why don't you think they don't want to be in it? Question for the gods. No volume, K. Can you guys hear me? Temilade said no volume. You guys can hear me, right? No volume. Can you guys hear me? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Do I sound low? Let me know if I sound low. Mario said they can hear me. Timilade, go back and come back in. All right, let me get So Temilade said, I tried it with Avon Cosmetics those days, but learn from my experience now. I think the best thing you can learn from MLM is sales. You learn public speaking. You can also learn marketing. I have to be honest with you, okay? My skills when it comes to marketing was birthed by real estate, but I was really to own it when I was in MLM for that few months. Okay, I was really to own it. What happened was, like, my brother joined me, and then my brother went Googling, and then it was like, Googling, we can just use internet to sell whatever we like, and then we ended up on the internet, and that's how I started my digital marketing journey. February 2009, 16 years now. All right. That's why there's no single day since February 2009 that I have not engaged some type of digital marketing activity. That's why I know it like the back of my hand. Okay, part of that skill set is also what I leverage when it comes to relationships, because it's all about mastering the mind. All right, so everybody say I'm loud and clear. Awesome, great. All right, so what are we talking about? These are far higher than legitimate businesses. If it was that easy, everybody could run them, right? All right. The other thing that we should be clear here is that once you notice there's such a level of return that they are promising like that, even if you can't connect the dots yet that these people are not giving you your money, they're just showing you a dashboard that says you have money. They've taken your real cash, but they're showing you a dashboard saying that you have money. Sometimes maybe what they're showing you is that you have a certain amount of team members. You have no idea if the softwares are working properly. You have no idea if the servers are up and running. All right. Quite a few times in a given month, I have to restart my servers and get them up running again for our websites. It's work. It's hustle. It's not something that people can say, oh, hey, take a digital business. You have no idea what's going on and you're running ads to these things. And anyway, story for another day. Now, here is the second red flag. Remember, if the business model doesn't add up, is the number one that we're talking about. That's the number one red flag. If you're looking at all of this and you're able to think critically and say, where is all this money coming from? Just from selling soaps or selling scooters or renting scooters? No. It's not adding up. That's a red flag. Okay? If you've seen enough of this or you have experience in this gets very obvious for you. Number two red flag. Restrictions on withdrawals and high fees. Okay. The particular example I'm talking about today, okay, the scooter one. You cannot take out any of your money. You can. Well, the original initial investment, you cannot take it out for 3 years. Write that down. Let that sink in. Let it sink. Let it sink very, very well. You cannot take your initial investment out. I'm not mentioning names. So, if you flag my video for this, God will punish you. You can't withdraw your initial investment for 3 years. that one is little. That one is small. Okay, so of course you're locked in. You know, it's an investment. That's what they call it. By the way, the SEC is a government body. It's a government agency. They frown at this. They don't want to hear anything that sounds like securities or promising people return on investment. It's only a matter of time. They're coming. They will shut everything down. They will seize all the money. Unfortunately, a lot of that money would have been spent by the founders of the platform. They would have bought Rolls Royce, big mansions. Some of them they've hidden the money away in Singapore somewhere. It's too late. God help you if you get $1 back from any money. Because first of all, if you've made any money in it, they can also file a lawsuit against you. If you've made any significant money in it, you'll be named in the lawsuit that the other people at the bottom are filing. And you're supposed to come up with something, but you too, your lifestyle would have taken most of it. So of course it locks people in. It's a common sign of a Ponzi-like structure. Ponzi scheme. What is the history? What is Ponzi? Those of you hearing Ponzi, you don't know what is Ponzi. Ponzi is actually from, there's an origin, okay? These days they call it an investment fraud that pays existing investors with funds collected from new investors. They take money from Paul to pay who was in already? Peter. Peter was already in ahead of you. So they take your money to pay Peter. They take money, they pay Andrew. And like that, that's how they keep going. And the hope is that they will keep going like that. But what is the history of Ponzi scheme? Who is Ponzi? I think there was a story behind that. The term Ponzi is P-O-N-Z-I. P-O-N-Z-I. Refers to a fraudulent, okay, there's a history to it. Okay, there's a guy called Charles Ponzi. Who ran a notorious scheme in the 1920s. Okay, also, in our times, we have Madoff. Some of you, maybe you don't know who Madoff is. Bernie Madoff, he died in jail after they caught him, you know. They caught him. He had defrauded so many people. This is Madoff right here. This was just maybe less than 10 years ago, not too long ago, right? So they use Paul's money to pay Peter. Negative. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. So not only that, this particular example that I was talking about, you can only withdraw your money after you convert it to a cryptocurrency. This is all red flags all on their own, but let's call them sub-red flags. Okay, let's call them sub-red flags. These are all red flags under the second red flag. Okay, let me take it here. There you go. So under restrictions on withdrawals and high fees, you have this one, which is you can't withdraw your initial investment for 3 years. You see stuff like that? Run, oh. Right? Because if you're excited enough, you tell yourself, if I'm making money like 1,320 every month, if I stay in for 3 years, that's much more than my initial investment of $2,000. I would have made my investment back plus more. People did that with even crypto over the past few years. They got burnt badly. After I warned them, I have friends that are brought into crypto and I said, don't do it that way. Don't do it that way. You know what they did? The emotions get the best of them. Greed got the best of them. They put more money. They saw it jump. This was when Bitcoin was at $10,000. I think it was when it first jumped to $10,000, 2017. So of course they saw like, that's what everybody is doing. They start reading up on it. All the smart asses, especially the smartest of them, they started reading like that. This is the future of currency. I said, there's no future of human beings. No be your mates. They are the same from beginning to the end to the last. They have emotions. You will lose your money. The faster you grow that money, the faster times 10,000 it will crash and burn. Why? Because at the end of the day, there's no real money without people. So if people are emotional, they are moving that fast, that means they can take their money out that fast. When you're in the middle of your sleep, thinking you've made money, I had friends who was calling themselves millionaires 2 years ago. So now they are saying, "Oh, I lost $150,000." Wait, I thought you were a millionaire. It was PayPal. My account was at that level. We had friends that bought into Dogecoin. You guys know what Dogecoin is? No, I don't mean Doge, Elon Musk, not Department of Government Efficiency. You don't know Doge? Anyway, withdrawals require converting it to USDT. It's called a Tether. Is the value is equivalent? It mimics $1, right? I think there's another one too, right? I think there's USDC too. I'm not sure. I don't play crypto like that. So USDT is a Tether. It's a Tether coin. It mimics $1, but it's still a crypto. It's not dollars. So to take your money out of USDT alone is already a friction, right? But that's not the end of it. But anyway, it's usually used by crypto-based scams, of course. What else do we have here? Okay, this particular nameless, unnamed company, let's just call the product Scooter, that I'm making an example today. They are saying if you want to withdraw any money, I don't have to say allegedly, there's no names here today. If you want to withdraw any money, our 20% withdrawal fee is excessive and discourages withdrawals. Another tactic used in schemes that rely on keeping money trapped inside the system. Did you get the gist? It will cost you a 20%, they call it a service fee. So if you want to remove $100 of your money, they will take $20 of it. Is it getting more interesting? Have you ever seen fees before? Or some kind of monthly charge or something like that? Nothing wrong with those things, but this was supposed to be your money. Wait. Are you still doing the math? Return on investment? It's getting worse than negative 34%, isn't it? Restrictions on withdrawals and high fees. Negative. It's not even about the product anymore now. Now, they're not going to tell you all this until you join. For the most part, they won't tell you. Okay? The ones that still have a little conscience will kind of tell you. The one that have a little conscience. Conscience goes out the window when you're caught up in your emotions. Hello. Morals goes out the window when you're caught up in your emotions. What do I mean by emotions? Hey now. Greed. The one that all of us have. The one that gives us the desire to want to make money. Greed. That one. Anyway, the third main red flag here is recruiting pressure. If they are pressurizing you to introduce them to your friends and family, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Let me come to the chat. Uncle Patrick says, my sister invested her money with American Express through Nigerian financial advisor. Her money was not invested. She got fired and license revoked. Jesus Christ. And that's thievery. That's straight thievery. A lot of people that are introduced into MLMs, they don't know any better. They're operating from a place of ignorance and they're going to get burnt. Just like you first. But this one that Uncle Patrick just said is straight up Uli Barao. Madoff was the effing worst. Madoff was the biggest thief of our era. Absolutely. Bigger than Anini. Yeah. People's retirement. Yeah. This world is shark eat fish. People get very greedy. I'm telling you. Temi Lade says, I can hear you now. Yes, that's good, Temi Lade. Welcome, Uncle Beno. I see you, brother. Oluremi says, MOP, what do you think about REIT and ETFs? I'll be careful with REITs. ETFs are perfect as long as Trump doesn't end up destroying it completely. I don't know what's possible with Trump in the office, but on a good old day, like for example, when I said Dow Jones, and I said NASDAQ, and I said S&P 500, I was actually talking about the ETFs, which is the Spiders, SPY. For Dow Jones would be the Diamonds, which is DIA, and what's the third one, self? Don't forget, Jare. The Qs, NASDAQ, QQQ. I don't know if it's 4 Qs or if you Google it, you'll find it. ETFs are perfect. Well, betting on America is still good. Okay, still good, even with Trump in office. Right now, you might be seeing some burning up of your money, but it's perfectly fine. It's called human emotions. Okay. MOP, I beg, no talk about the Canadian scam. I don't mention name, but when they left Canada, they came here and they are going viral here. They are in your churches, just in case you don't know yet. Okay. I didn't mention them, but yes, we chased them out of Canada and they are here. All right. Oh, as a matter of fact, I think their headquarters is around your neighborhood, Uncle Vero. I think they are, yes, yeah, yours. I think they are, I think their headquarters around your neighborhood in America. But anyway, let's keep going, Uncle Beno. The digital marketing scam told many Nigerians. Anyway, we don't talk. They come. So recruiting pressure, if they are encouraging recruiting friends and family, that is a key feature in pyramid schemes. Like I said, some of them are valid businesses. For the most part, if they are tagged onto some kind of software, in the last 10 years, they are all thieves. Okay? And they come and go. During the course, so at one point, I was selling digital marketing program to get them away from it. I said, hey, instead of selling that kind of stuff, why don't you get the skills of digital marketing so you can sell wherever you like, especially things that has to do with your passion. Bring your passion, match it with a value, and solve somebody's problem. And you can use the digital marketing skills to sell that, right? But that involves work. That involves work, But so I was still kind of like I was an apologist of MLM for a while, because I didn't want to just castigate them, because when you talk bad about somebody's dream, it just doesn't pan out well, So I'll say, yeah, but why don't you learn the skills and then you can do whatever you want with the skills. And then if you still want to bring people into the business, you don't have to focus on your family and friends. You can actually learn how to market online and attract the people that are actually interested in starting a business from home. We used to use that message, but it's the same thing. Came out to be the same thing, because they have that mindset of get rich quick. It's already messed them up, and they're always looking for the next shiniest sin. They're looking for the shiniest object. Anything that looks distracting will distracting them. So you can't really build anything sustainable, because people will join one thing, they will run and join something else, and they will run and join something else, and it's a whole industry. Okay, so if new investors stop joining the system, what will happen? When something happens to every brand, will go to a place and they will plateau, and potentially it will start to descend. And you see people pull their money out. This happened to every organization, including hospitals, including government. Like today now, Trump says he's signing paper to eradicate, to get rid of our education department, right? Everything that has a beginning has an end, in one shape, form, or the other, right? It might not be like direct ending, but everything that has a beginning has an end. That's life. When there's birth, there's death. That's life, right? That's what we call life. So, with that being said, every organization will get to a point with plateau. What happens when you depend on recruiting people into a business and then it gets to a point where it plateaus, or it's now a household name? Everybody that hear you say, what's the name of the company again? You're selling soap? Hamway? No, I'm good. They say, I'm good. An average person already knows once they spend, you seem like a very sharp person. You're at the airport, you're just minding your business. You seem like a very sharp person. Are you always open to the idea of making money from the... Now you guys know, I know. Okay. Anyway, Uncle Beno, you came just in time. The number 4th red flag is this. I didn't mention any names. If they left a country and they come to your country and they start promoting it, there's only one reason why they did that. Okay? It's because of regulatory issues. It's because they couldn't comply with a typical regular business. It's because they're looking at them as red flags. So this particular one, actually, yes, they ran away from Canada. the good news I saw somewhere is that they were able to give some people their money back. Maybe they didn't grow too fast yet. Maybe they were fresh and somebody told on them. Maybe they tried to recruit the attorney general of the state or something. Anyway, they said they were able to give the money back. Usually, that's the first time I've seen hundreds of this kind of companies, if not thousands. Okay, again, I used to review those companies. Like I would literally create articles, videos. Like my first YouTube channel was about this, and all their disciples, they came there, flagged it, they took down the channel. So we were one of the initial earlier days MLM, what do you call it, whistleblower, if you will. Okay, but we didn't do it like that. We just kind of like, if you want to still build it, but you need to learn the skills, you know. But just saying anything remotely close to negative about them, they smell it and they will shoot your shit down. And they have an army on the internet. Okay, I think the algorithms are better these days. The algorithms are better, but back then the algorithms were terrible. If 10 people flag your video, that channel is coming down. Oh my god. Anyway, so regulatory issues. They had to leave a whole country. That's because of regulatory scrutiny and compliance issues. And many Ponzi schemes, they will continue to operate until regulators shut them down. The fifth red flag is vague and overly optimistic language. Example: mutual benefits. Everybody wins. I've told you guys here a long time ago. No, not everybody wins. Some people are losers, at least for a season of their life. Sorry, okay? In fact, there's no such thing as winners unless they are losers. Oh, I don't believe that. I believe everybody should win. Or when you win, somebody lost. Okay? But it's okay. I know you want to be holier than thou. That's just their phase of their life where they're losing. Hopefully they will redeem themselves and then win, and then somebody else lost again. That's the cycle of life. See how simple it is? But sometimes we're overly optimistic, and then that's how they sell us. That's how we become the mumus of this kind of people. They sell you because they know all they have to tell you is mutual benefit. Before you know it, you don't enter one chance. Win-win. It's all transparent earnings. And all the while, they were showing you your dashboard. You have no idea what was feeding the numbers to your dashboard. I can literally program a code right now that will be showing you numbers rolling like this, right? and I say, hey, that's your money increasing, right? So who's going to check the algorithm that's rolling down numbers behind the scenes to make sure it's actual cash? Did you know that in Nigeria today, I was listening to a replay of Okubeno, was it today or yesterday? And I was hearing CB say she went to a bank and they didn't want to give her money. You don't know how many people that has happened to before? A whole bank institution. So what do you think normal people who was able to program a code, a software, and sell you a bullshit, what do you think they will do? Maybe they won't always steal, but there's a chance they will steal from you. They will steal, they will justify it. They say it's only 2,000, but they will collect that 2,000 from 1,000 other people. How much is that? That's $2 million. They can literally go away to a Caribbean island somewhere and live happily ever after serving 5 years in jail. Oh, it's just simple math. But again, all sense of logic goes out the window when you're caught up in your emotions. Yeah. Genuine companies focus on their products and services rather than just investment opportunities. If you want to invest money, go to the stock market. Go to the stock market. That's what it's there for. And you are actually investing in somebody's business who has decided to take their business public for other people, and they will be held accountable for you by the government agencies such as SEC, FTC. All right. So, with that being said, I think I've made a good case. Do you guys think? Scam likely. Be careful out there, guys. Be careful, please. I beg of you. Be careful. They target the vulnerables. Okay, but vulnerable can mean emotional. If you're desperate, you think you can move faster, all those kind of things with making money, I understand, but there are ways you can make money. There are ways you can build businesses. I'm not going to protect you all the way from getting burnt in business. Business is tough. Business is tough. Running a business is a tough thing to do. Most human beings are just going to lose money. Most human beings belong on the job. They might, if you say you're not interested in some kind of Ponzi scheme, they might use the job thing to manipulate you. They say just over broke. You're living paycheck to paycheck. It's true. Most likely you're living paycheck to paycheck. It's still better than losing $20,000 of your money into some Ponzi schemes that will never come back. If you want to start a business, you need to focus on something that naturally comes to you in the form of passion. Passion is not enough, but passion is a key ingredient. Passion doesn't have to be something you already discovered. It might be something you're about to discover, but something that really resonates with you. It has to have some level of passion. You have to actually solve a problem for somebody, a human being. You cannot be solving problem for an alien that is not a human being. Your business is not sustainable. Every money you're going to make is coming from somebody else. Listen to me carefully. Every penny you're going to make is coming from somebody else. If you're able to serve a marketplace, more money will come to you. If you're more of a producer than a consumer in this marketplace, more money will come to you. The same thing is true even in this internet. If you're a content creator, if you create more content than you, of course, more valuable content, quality content than you're consuming, you'll make money. It's really that simple. You know what complicates it? Our emotions. Trying to do things faster than it needs to be. Comparing yourself to other people. Those small elements right there will burn you. Yeah. I know I said like 50 things in the same sentence just now. Be careful out there. Be careful. Let me come to the chat. Let's see. So this is Mr. Dayo. Sorry, D Crown. Mr. Dayo, now be that. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I didn't realize. I'm seeing Uncle Beno call you Egbondaya just now. That's how I catch it. Alright. Timla said too good to be true. Yeah. If it's too good to be true, it might be true, but it might just be too. It's not true, but it's too good to be true. Too good, right? Be careful, guys. They're out there. They're getting your family and friends. If they already got them, just pray for them. You're not going to talk them out of it. Be supportive. You can even tell them, like, I read this somewhere actually. It said, you can say to them, like, hey, have you done your profit and loss statement? Make sure you're doing your loss and profit statement, profit and loss statement. In 3 months' time, when they come back to you, like, hey, did you? Yeah, good. Wow. So you're still doing it. That's great. Well, remember I told you about the profit and loss. Have you done it? If you've done it, I would like to take a look because I might be interested. That will get them. If you do profit and loss statement, if they're not recording numbers on the dashboard, but actual money coming into their bank account, if they're truthful enough, they will show you. Like you say, can you show me your bank account? They're like, why do I have to show you your bank account? In fact, they would, their team leads, whatever they call it, upline will tell them already. If somebody is asking you for your bank statement, they're just not the right person. They will tell them to keep moving. If they are listening to their upline leader, they won't show you their bank. But some of them are desperate. They want to recruit the next person, and they see you. They see your interest. The fact that they see a little bit interest in you will override what their upline told them. They will disobey the upline and they will collect. Because if they can't show you bank accounts, now you know what time it is, right? Now, if they're just following, then you probably are not on this live stream anyway. But just be careful, guys. That's all I'm saying. If the focus is not on real products, it's a very simple question. What are we selling? So what's the percentage of that we make? What is the progression every 3 months, every 1 year? What are we looking at? What's the progression here? Because we know that businesses can fail. There is going to be unknown factors, unknown X and Y factors that we won't know until we get into the business, which is why we don't guarantee anything in any type of investment, because anything can happen. The heaven, as we see now, can fall and flat. We know heaven will not fall, but something can collapse and the business is out. That's why there's no investment that will guarantee shit. There's no guarantee. The best guarantee is to buy insurance. Even that one, insurance, they avoid claims sometimes. Uncle Benny say, MOP won't spoil my business. No. I want you to, if this is your business, I want you to tighten it up. It's a terrible business model. And if somebody comes to my video today, yeah, I have basically messed up there. Most likely. But there's also a chance they will think I'm a hater. If you did a good job of selling them. This is why I like church or I like courts. If you do what you're supposed to do, they're not going to listen to me. But if you're here, there's a chance that you already have doubts. So I'm just trying to help you make a decision here. You know, I bet come and invest with me. Your $200 will become $200,000 in 1 month. Wahala. Anyway, Uncle Beno, you like yourself? I'll go trace your crib and ask them to pick you up. Wahala. This video is about a specific company. No, it's about MLMs. It's about MLMs. There's a specific company that triggered me, that made me say, I'm not going to talk about Natasha Akpoti today. I think I should focus on this. And I'm actually tired of talking about that. We know she's about to drag them in the media already, so I'm tired of that. But there's a particular company that triggered me, that got too close to home for me. And I was like, okay, I need to protect my people, the Prestige family, if they're still safe. So they don't enter one chance. Because once you enter the one chance, you must feel and get burnt out first. Because there's something about you emotionally that they captured. You know? That's the word. Everybody wins. Scam anthem. Yes. There's no such thing everybody wins. Somebody is a loser. Okay? And if you are feeling guilty because somebody is a loser, I just know that it's just a phase in their life. That's how they build muscles to live life. If they learn lessons. So you're not helping anybody by making everybody win, actually. Because nobody learned anything tangible or valuable by having soft life. Nobody. All of us have gone through something. We'll be burnt. If it looks like success at all, it's because we've gone through something. Okay? We have scars. Okay? We have scars on our skin. That's what builds people. Okay? That's what builds people. The fact that you've gone through phases in your life that you know that you lost. You know? That's why when people talk about marriage, they say, marry, watch what you marry. Marry right. I was like, you don't want to be married right. Everybody will get into a phase when you felt like you picked the wrong partner. Every one of us. If you enter marriage, at one point you will feel like, Jesus, I think I don't enter one chance. Right? Everybody. If you know that it's everybody that will get that phase at some point, if you know that, then when you enter some challenges, you know that it just means there's something you need to learn. When you're confused, it's time to learn something new. But on social media, they will tell you that, you married the wrong person. They won't tell you directly to your face. They might be saying it to people. Just make sure you marry right. So the worst thing that can ever, the only thing that's worse than something is when you marry wrong. Baba, everybody go enter that phase where you felt like it was the wrong decision. Well, I'm just going to avoid marriage altogether. It's not about marriage. It's about life. Everybody will enter a phase in their life where you felt like you were a loser. Does it sound too harsh? Well, welcome to real world. Okay? So the question is, what are you going to do with those kind of phase? What are you going to do when that happens? When you like, I'm confused. I feel like a loser. If you still have the grace to be able to say, I feel like a loser, I'm confused, it's time for me to learn something new, then you're a winner. See how that works? Then you're on your path to winning. Most people will point fingers at other people. The closest people they point fingers at is the person they're having sex with. You say it's their fault. Everybody go collect. Sorry. Stock market. I want mad people everywhere. Stock market. Stock, if you want to invest money, stock market. The strategy is called dollar cost averaging. It takes discipline. You take a certain set amount of money that you can let go for the next 5 years every month or every week. You stay consistent on the period, the frequency you set. Make it automatically take it out and put it in those ETFs, the 3 major ETFs, so you don't have to think. Okay? Why would that work for you? Because America is at work every day. If you remove work from the equation, it's a scam. Even if it's mentally removing work from the equation, because many MLMers are actually working very hard. They go to every meeting, they show up every evening to every Zoom meeting. It's hard work. But mentally, they saw them on the end of the journey. Mental slavery is it's such a bad thing. Thank you, Mr. Dyer. Thank you. Upline is on MOP. Let me upline is on. You can tell that Uncle Beno don't get experience. Welcome, AG Ohio. Good to see you. MOP, problem is our people want fast money. Yeah, fast money is a bad idea. Yeah, fast money. You'll burn, you'll crash and burn. The fastest way to fast money is work. And I'm not just talking physical work. I'm not talking about hard-working bricklayer. I'm talking about mentally also. In fact, majorly mentally, because as you can see, physical work does not necessarily translate to work too. But mentally, you need to know how money works. Money follows value, not the other way around. If you can't see the value, there's no money. Bah, somebody's about to steal your money. You are the mumu. That's what it means. It just means you're the sucker. I'm just learning that my Yoruba and my Pidgin is just, I'm learning every day that they are getting worse. I miss Nigeria. I need to go to Nigeria. They're getting worse by the day. The other day I said to one of my partners, I said, so who's the sucker? The guy just looked at me and said, who's the sucker? He said, what do you mean soccer? I said, who be the mumu? He said, oh, the mumu. I was like, oh, okay, not soccer way. Anyway, may God help all of us. Communication is a big deal. So it is a big deal. We have to keep working. Uncle Beno, there's a level of greed in everyone. All of us have greed in us. We just have to control it. You have to be super aware, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. The market follows emotions. You have to be ahead of the emotions. The market does not follow logic. For those of you that are logic mongers, the market does not follow. There's no such thing as logic. Logic is the after effect. Is the output. The input is human emotions. Somebody is feeling panic, they take their money out, they can't stay consistent on a discipline, a plan. Somebody is feeling a sense of greed. Somebody sold them that they're going to multiply their money for them. So I'm going to go G. And guess what? The higher money you put, the higher the return. No, it is not true. It must involve work. If you put money in Tesla, somebody was, I think it was Oluremi that was posting earlier in the backstage, how Tesla, let me even take a look at that, how Tesla lost some money in the last 3 weeks, right? Tesla stock, even though Donald Trump has been trying to boost it. Let me see here. Last 3 weeks, what do we see here? Let's see. 5 days. Let's look at 1 month. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Anyway, so now imagine you come into the market at the very top of that tip of that red line. Imagine you came in right there and you are, and somebody told you, let me pull out this, you see, okay, so imagine you came in right here. This was October. This is a good example. Actually. Let me make it bigger. Okay, Imagine you came in right here at the bottom here, October 23, 2024, and there's a rally, and then pull back a little bit, and there's a rally all the way to 350 from $217. Jesus Christ. What was happening October 22? Can anybody remind us? If you're not paying attention to the market, I think this was the time that Trump was getting some buzz, right? Went to 350, went to 400. At the tip here is 479, right? So now a friend of yours told you that you should put some money in Tesla. It's going higher and higher over the last 2 months, and then and then you put your money there, and then it started coming down, right? What will your emotions do to you? I don't care how logical you think you are. This will mess with you. This will brain masturbate your mind. You won't know what to do with yourself. You look, even though it's a dashboard you're looking at, right? Even though if you just zoom out a little bit and have a better context. What do I mean? Go out to last 1 year. Well, it's been crashing the last 1 year. So if somebody told you to come in here, you probably wouldn't come here. What was this? October 24? Where is that? October 24? Oh, this just year to date, 6 months. Let's go to 1 year, right? So if you zoom out, what is it? It's still green. In the last 1 year, it's still green, right? So if you zoom out a little bit, you have a better context. What about the 5 years, right? You have a better context of what's possible, right? That's why context maximum you have, right? Okay, so now if we go and look at Dow Jones, DIA, right? Look at Dow Jones. So this is the Dow Jones ETF right here, right? I don't know I was gonna do money lesson today. 1 day, this is 1 day. One day, what does it look like? It came up and then it kind of balanced out and then flat out at 4 p.m. because the market closed. 5 days it's been up and up. The market has been going up and up and up. So what do you do here? You put in money here, it's going up. Okay, you're not paying attention to the news. But why is it going up? Okay, it's rallying back from Trump news. I think in the last 1 month there was a crash. Last 6 months, so thanks to Trump. 1 year, let's look at 1 year, is green. 5 years is green. So over history of time, if you bet in favor of America, you'll be fine as long as you don't get emotional based off of short-term movement. This is the maximum. These go as far back as this ETF was launched in 1999. So if you put your money in 1999, it was at $93, right? Right now it's at $423, right? So 4xing your money, right? As long as you don't plan to take it out. But in the short term, if you don't, at some point you have to take it out, right? But if you don't take it out in too short of a term, which is basically the shorter the term is, the more you align with human emotion. Is ups and downs. Human emotion no be your mates. We are all emotional people. We all have greed in us and fear in us. You just need to be put in the right position, and then you see those things provoked. So if somebody is selling you an idea of Sogundogoji, you multiply your money. Check yourself. It's not Mimoshe. If you're in a bad position in life, your brain might shut down on you and you get greedy. Uncle Patrick said, Ola, you got that right. How long have I spent here? What time is it? Okay, I'm still under 2 hours. Thank goodness. Ola, you got that right. A phase where you will see your partner as the wrong partner, that's real. Uncle Patrick, nobody talks about that. Everybody is just busy talking about marrying right. Marrying right is, of course, I pray you marry right, but you don't really learn anything from that bullshit, honestly. You don't learn anything from that talking point. Sure, you will see wrong and marry it, me. I'm telling you that you will see what you see and you fall in love with it, you marry it, even if it's wrong. So it's a useless advice for the most part, marrying right. The question is that when you find yourself in a position where you're questioning your decision, do you know what to do in that position? No, we didn't. We don't usually. And that's why we struggle. This will be a good time to buy Tesla from everything we know over time. Uncle Beno, right? This stock It's not going anywhere soon. If you're going to get emotional, stay away from the market. Go to your day job. Okay, this would be a good time to buy just off of what I just showed you. See that green line? It's going to keep going up. Okay, electric cars are not going anywhere. I don't care how much Trump shut down and want to drill, baby, drill. It's a lie. The way forward is electric cars. Okay, so in the short term, it will shake things up. You don't plan to remove your money in the next 4 years for as many times that Tesla, what's his name, Elon Musk is running his mouth. The stock would get emotional because people are getting emotional, because the average person in the marketplace are emotional people. You just have to decide that you will have you're still emotional, but you have it under control. The same formula, go figure, in relationships, in your health. So the doctor says his diagnosis, you get emotional. Instead of you to figure out a way to manage it, knowing that everybody will die one day, you did there, you tell yourself like, oh no, it will never be me. Okay, I pray it will never be you. But if they give you a diagnosis, take care of yourself. All right, put the emotions under control. What's the first step to that? Know first of all, you're an emotional being like the rest of us. You're not as logical as you think you are. Okay, everything is computer is going down. Just know that everything in life that's worthwhile takes patience. It takes work. I was supposed to show my face properly there. Everything in life that's worthwhile takes patience and it takes work. Okay, that's why MLMs will continue to collapse. More people will continue to come out, create their own MLM. You know why? Because a child was born yesterday. Another child turned 18 yesterday. They made some fast money in MLM. They created their own MLM at 25. They scam a bunch of people at 25. Like, you didn't know this? No, they didn't know, because there's more people coming into the marketplace. They didn't know. So we're not going to save the whole world from this. We're just going to, those of us that are here, we borrow ourselves some brain and just know that this is not per se about MLM. This is mindset issue for the most part. Mindset. Let's see. Waiting for Trump and Elon to make one more blunder. Tesla stock will go below 200, and that's a good entry point. Elon will recover from his delulu, resign from Doge, and still will bounce back. Yeah, you know why? Because there's a solid product behind it that the market wants. Imagine trying to tell somebody who wants to buy Tesla yesterday that, you're going to buy Tesla from that stupid boy. They will look at you and say, what stupid boy? I'm buying Tesla. You see, their emotions is still at work, but their emotion is attached to the idea of owning a Tesla. And there's no amount of stupidity or blunder that Elon does that will not make that person buy that Tesla. But the stock market will show you the emotions in the short term. Next year, we'll report all the sales, the actual sales, right? Most people that run into the stock market, do they look at the sales earning reports? No, they don't. Somebody saw a Forex small guy on the internet who is riding in a Lamborghini. They want to be a Forex. Well, I asked Daddy Freeze, did you see Daddy Freeze sells to Forex exchange anymore? No, I don't know. But I have my guess why he doesn't sell Forex anymore. Remember when Daddy Freeze was doing Forex videos? I have my guess. See, once you know this kind of stuff, see, my laugh is petty. Once you know this kind of stuff, you can see them coming from 10,000 miles away. No, I'm not that smart. It's experience. It's experience. Okay. Let's see. MOP, can I explain something real quick? Yes, now. Oh, Uncle Beno, if you want, I'm rounding up, but if anybody want to jump on, we could run it. You know, I'm used to people not coming up. They just want to hear me talk, so I always forget. I'm supposed to drop it at the top of the hour, but Marriott will not remind me. 43 minutes ago, he didn't remind me to drop the link. It is not good time to buy Tesla if the cars are not selling. Sales. Thank you. Sales. Look at the sales. If the cars are telling you otherwise, then I will slow down. The fundamentals. They call them the fundamentals. The fundamentals are what I call work, patience, right? Real value. Product and services of real value. What do I mean by that? It solves an actual problem for a human being, not for robots. You get it? If they bring it to you and you can't trace, your mind cannot comprehend it to how it actually solves problem for somebody outside of make them money. Red flag. Red flag. It's really that simple, but our emotions are not simple. You think the shareholders will let the company fall? Since that's where people make fast money. Well, most people that actually also time the market, they also time it wrongly. So timing the market is also, for most people, a bad idea. For most people, it's a skill set, it's a day job. If you're going to time the market, it still needs to be a formula behind it. It still needs to be a time-bound, time-tested formula behind it. Essentially, you're telling me you know how to beat emotions. You better know what you're doing. I hope. That's what I was going to say about the stock market. Yes. You can time the market is a skill set. It's not something you learn overnight. If you're like most human beings, you will lose money if you time the best entry. If you're just doing that out of your ass and you don't know what you're talking about, you will lose money. It's not just the charts. You need to understand this context. Even at that, you can still make the wrong trade. So there's a certain number of trades you're making, and there's a formula you're using. One is going to win and beat everybody else out. And there's a formula to it. You know what that takes? Time, patience, work, skills, the right mindset. There's no free money anywhere. I hate to burst somebody's bubbles. There is no free money anywhere. Okay? Sales report is coming in April. Europe is down, so is Canada. Maybe rednecks are buying Tesla. Hey, I think ultimately people are going to buy Tesla. What did I say you remember again? Liberals buy EVs, not climate. See? So for me now, see what she's saying? I'm learning that for the first time. What Marriott is saying. I would want to know what she means by that before I single-handedly zone in on one stock. I would need to know what that means. Why? Scare money. I just keep my money then. Uncle Beno, let me round up with you, Jare. Boss man, how you doing?
Hey, MOP, how far, Baba?
You know, do live today?
When school, day ground. Baba, all those time when you see me for life, I just the manage, can't they come out my stress for body. I don't feel do life, school don't allow me.
Well done.
School and work. I'm even at work right now. So the thing is, when I leave home, I go to school. From school, I end up at work and then go back home at night again.
Work is a blessing. We thank God.
Yeah. So MOP, you decided to come and spoil my pyramid scheme business today.
You dey do scooters? I don't mention name. You dey sell scooters?
Nothing concern me and them. It's just so funny the way you're talking about it.
Someone just join scooter business now. The person is like, yeah, my life. I hear me.
You go invest in scooter.
Oh
my God. I think you nailed it anyway, Baba. You already touched upon everything.
So which one did you join in the back in the days? Not this present one. Which one did
you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I've never did any pyramid scheme before in my life.
Really? Not even MMM for Naija?
I swear. I have never did.
That MMM born people. What was like 5, 6, 7 years ago? People.
I have never did a pyramid scheme before at all in any form. I've lost money. I've lost money in businesses over and over again, but anything,
normal.
Bring one person, bring two people. I don't do that crap. But I think the easiest way to get me is introduce me to a business, show me track record of that business, and I confirm the business is legit, everything is okay. If I look at the prospect is really good, bro, I'm diving in. Now we might go into the business, things might not work out as expected.
Things happen now.
I
Things
get
happen.
bonds, I don't care, I will do another one tomorrow. But anything fast money, I don't do it. So that's why one thing I recommend for people is this. If you see a business where you invest a sizable capital and the return is relatively small, let's say the return is just about 5% or maybe 3% of what you invested, but that return is consistent and super secured, that's a good business as far as I'm concerned.
Can you repeat that again? Repeat it again.
Yeah, I say what I do advise people is if you are going to invest a reasonable capital into a business and the return on that business is like maybe highest 5%,
right, it's working.
and
5,
it's
6%
as low as
is reasonable.
and maybe it's as low as 3%, but that amount is consistent.
Right.
No matter the changes in the market or anything, the amount is consistent. It ain't gonna change. That's a good business to dive in.
I like that. Let me say something before I let you continue.
Yeah.
I forgot to say this. Anywhere below 15%, depending on the type of business, it's still realistic. It depends on what kind of business. That somebody will say, hey, maybe a private money, you have $50,000 laying around, $100,000, and the person said you will get 8% on your money. That 8% will beat a typical 401k. What's the other one? Retirement, right? But you can tell that person is not trying to cajole you into something. It's reasonable and realistic. Anything that's moving near 30%, unless they're in the business of what do you call the Friday payday loan. You know that one, they will charge. Even Friday payday loan, now only 35% they go charge you. So how they go pay you 35% now? Anything that's moving near that zone, you're probably about to lose your money. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you're right, MOP. Why you go measure payday loan now? MOP, you shall just want to send me back to when I just entered this America. Did you know I went to go and collect title loan when I came to America?
Yes.
That was my wake up call. I think I was like,
you will never be able to pay back. That's how you know something is wrong with it.
I was like 11 months in America. That's when I went to go and do that title loan. My first car, they call it Pencil Light. It's a Camry, but in Nigeria we call it Pencil Light Camry. That's the one I used to go and borrow this money. I borrow $800. MOP. I almost die.
You never pay $800 back.
Before I can pay back, I pay like times of what I borrow.
Because by the time you get on the radars of payday loan people, that means you are desperate, and they know exactly what they're doing. You know? By the time they collect 3 payments from you, they don't collect their money, and some people will actually pay you back.
You're right.
Oh, God.
In fact,
continue, Jeremy. Sorry, I won't interrupt you again.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He don't enter somewhere. The signal.
Sorry, I won't interrupt you.
I don't know what happened. I'm hearing myself back for MOP.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, MOP.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing myself too. But go ahead.
All right. Oh, sorry. I put you on.
Yeah, probably on speaker.
I see what's going on. Sorry, Baba.
Yeah.
I put you on my work computer, so
yeah.
It was coming back. Hello, can you hear me, MOP?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Back on.
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. I lower my volume. So, on the stock thing that we were talking about, the Tesla thing, what I do in the stock market usually, I do short-term trading. Okay. I have some long-term stuff going on. I never even checked that thing for a while now, so. but mostly I like to do like sometimes I do day trading, sometimes I do just like weekly trading,
swing
just
tradings.
yeah. So, but when I look at Tesla, I've been waiting for Tesla for a very, very long time. I've been waiting because the stock it just
It's
eluded
just
me
rallying,
somehow.
right?
I swear the thing passed me. So I'm like, God, me, how did I thought it's not gonna go up when it was like 130. I'm like, can this thing, how can this thing be? This is way too high now. Then I said, okay, let me wait. Maybe when it comes down, I'm gonna start buying gradually. And then that was when it was way beyond me. So when it went all the way to like 400, my madam don't do stock and stuff like that much. She doesn't even like the conversation. All
She
she
probably
knows
say
is
you're
that
gambling.
all she says is that if you put my money must come out. That's
Yes,
all I
so
own. So I was telling her that this Trump effect that blew Tesla stock all the way up.
yeah, from October, right?
Yeah, I say, babe, I'm suspecting something is not just right about this stock. But then it's Elon Musk, you know, from
Yeah.
130, this thing grew all the way to 2 plus. So I'm like, well, then when he now made this blunder and people started attacking Tesla, I say, yes, God, don't catch this man, Yash. Let me just wait.
Yes, wait.
It's just a matter of time now. So, like I was saying in the chat, um, the way I'm following it, the only area I really don't grab with this Tesla thing is Europe.
Okay.
Mm,
What about it?
Europe, the Europe market, I didn't know it was going to have such a significant impact on Tesla like that. You feel me?
So educate me. The impact it had on it is what? Like it crashed or it was
He
helping it?
crashed. He crashed.
So
As a result of all those nonsense he was doing with the
okay.
election thing.
Okay. All right. Of course, all the markets are exposed to each other.
Yeah, so that was the only part I'm just kind of skeptic about. But I know one thing for sure. If you look at Elon himself right now, I think he has been hit way below the belt. So all he has to do right now is to try to adjust and make this way. Yeah, because they're gonna vote him out very soon. If he continue on this trajectory, that loss is way too much. And the main stakeholders,
the stakeholders,
yeah,
the board, they might vote him out.
Oh, they will kick him off if he doesn't fix that shit as fast as he can right now.
So
They'll kick him out. Then the other thing is that he's dining with a dinosaur. He's dining with number one betrayer. The man I didn't know that guy can fool himself to this length. This guy he's rolling with, this guy will drop him in a twinkle of an eye. Dude will drop him. Dude need him to win the election, and now he has won the election. So the way he's going right now, the more Americans are not finding it easy, he will drop him on the wayside. So it's better for him to resign. Once he resigns and say, you know what, I'm not doing the Dodge thing, the market will start picking up again.
So the MAGAs are going to call him a sellout.
Do you think this guy think about MAGAs?
I thought so. I mean, he's been moving mad for like 6 months straight. So what's going to stop him now?
You don't mind him. He's not about MAGAs. Don't mind that guy. Him and his party, they have something bigger going on than meet the eyes. Honestly, that's just my take. They got something going on that meet the shit they pull in crypto market. The crypto market has not recovered yet now. We are speaking right now. It hasn't recovered yet. There's so many deep and dives going on in the crypto market right now. 1 minute, the shit is all the way down. The next minute, somebody will pump it up, and then it's going all the way down again. So they have something going on that we never get level like this. We really don't see what's behind. But all my instinct is telling me that these two folks, they are pulling some shit behind the scene.
So for me, I agree with you, by the way, right? But I think they still know it's a risk. But they know it's a massive risk that can come with massive rewards. You see what I'm saying? They still know it's a risk, but I think they are playing a game that is not about the common man. Obviously, they don't really care about the magas. The magas don't know that, of course, right? They don't care about the common people. There's a massive game they are playing here. They know it's a big risk. Like, for example, messing with Putin and all this kind of stuff is such a dangerous game, right?
Yeah.
But they know it can also come with a massive reward. Imagine you woke up one day and Elon Musk and Trump has been right all along.
About what?
About everything. Right? Anything you can imagine. Right? Imagine that. So, whatever that means, right? Now, suddenly, the market will start rallying and they become the heroes. The hero effect is a real thing. So,
MOP, no verse, Baba. Do you see my Uncle Trump like somebody who can do miracle?
No, I'm telling you how dumb. See, I'm telling you the extreme, right? So I'm telling you how dumb he could be as well on the flip end of it, right? That's why I call it a massive risk. A massive risk is a straight gamble, split down the middle. Like it can either be yay or nay. There's no there's a the politics of this country are always taking calculated risk. We know 70% chance we're going to be right. There's a 30% chance, of course, or 10% chance that we could be wrong, right? Yeah. But this one is gambling straight right down the middle with our lives.
I swear. MOP, no laugh. No laugh, MOP. I want to remind you of something now. You remember before election, you remember when I talked here, when I said, when you look at it from business perspective, I will go for Trump. You remember, right?
Yeah, I remember.
We also had that one conversation around somebody that is close to me here. And when we were still talking, I still say, you know what? When we talk in terms of business, I think I'll go for Trump. And that man has been working for close to 30 years in America. The moment Trump and Elon begin, they move close to Social Security.
Wala.
I went to, we have this African store where we have both restaurant and store together. So I went there, I wanted to go and buy something. On opening the door, I see first. I closed the door, I run enter my motor. Just they go home. Because people are really literally angry now when it comes to this Social Security thing. So I'm like, this man go tear me raw if he see me for eye today.
Because they thought, they are seeing something that the rest of us don't see.
Trump don't fall my hand, no be today, I beg.
Irony, you are saying it with your full chest.
Trump.
I didn't know this day would come.
I don't know, say Trump go fuck people up like this.
I know this for business.
No, to be frank, for business side is good though, to be honest. So far, so good. Just these 2 months, business has been consistent. The area where I put my hand, though, business has been very, very consistent. But for the rest of the people, it's terrible. Yeah.
But Uncle Beno, like I was saying earlier on, there's no short-term moves that tell us the real story.
Yeah, of course.
At least you got to give me 1 year. Even that 1 year itself, we dey overestimate ourselves in 1 year. You got to give me 5 years. You know, because if you look at this graph in front of us right now. This is 1 year of somebody gaining money and losing all of it. You know one thing they can't get back? Time. The person that came in at the bottom, you see this entry right here in October, right? That person is back to the same spot.
I hope you know best.
It's not in front of us.
See Marriott comment. This Marriott na comedian. Marriott say, "Yo,
they be doing Babiala."
I beg, man, I don't let them come fire me for work. I don't laugh tire here.
So the look at what Temilade just said. Republicans have always favored businesses. We didn't need a Trump.
Yeah.
We didn't need a Trump. All we needed was another decent Republican to push that part of the political agenda. We know that they generally don't tax the rich. We know that they have some philosophies, some ideologies that favor anybody who is running their own businesses, right? But you
Yeah.
didn't need a Trump. You didn't need an extreme 2025 project, 2025 agenda to
Yeah.
pull that off. We didn't need that.
Um, but alternatively, let me
Maybe
just say, at that point in time, the Republicans are not coming up with any other candidate now. You know, we are out here.
I
It's like
understand.
Trump just blocked their eyes, so they're not presenting any alternative candidate for us.
Yeah,
So,
I
and
I
my
understand.
auntie is not telling us what we want to hear at the time anyway. But it is what it is. So I know say one
Well,
way
we
or
all
the
gonna be
other.
all right. Just if you
We'll be
lost
fine.
money, if you thought you gained something with Tesla and then you're back at the same spot 6 months later, it's okay. It's all right.
Mm.
I think just sticking there.
That is
It's
that is how,
important.
but that is how me. I always advise people to do both short and long term. If you do both short and long term, you'll be good. For those who are into this shit short term, they will have cashed out. Imagine somebody who went in when Tesla was like 240, 250, and then it went all the way to 4 something plus. You just sell the shit, you remove your gain sharp, sharp, and then you kept the one for your long time.
I agree with you, Uncle Beno. I just want to add context, right?
Yeah.
The context I want to add is when it got to this point where it was at 479, the person will not understand that what you just said is a skill set. That you have to know when to
Okay.
exit. That person go stay inside. Because they always think how it was yesterday is how it's going to be today. It's going to, because that greed go eat them up. As opposed to, okay, I know there's an entry point, I know there's an exit point. In fact, in business and real estate, we say something: exit before you enter. You have to have
Yes,
a plan
sir.
of where you want to exit before you enter it.
Yes,
So it's
sir.
a small. I do agree that if you have the time, the patience to learn the skills of swing trading, which is the entry and the exiting thing, that is worth it to balance it with long-term play as well. You'll make some nice moves. But for me, Sha, I'm in a space in my life that the best thing for me to invest in is my own business.
MOP. MOP did Domo Igbo. You won't be like so me and you now from the same cloth they cut us. I'm not saying you they think like this or MOP. I tell people that look, one of the best security you can ever have is to invest in yourself.
Myself and
Invest
my
in something.
business.
Create something yourself. Nurture it. Now that will give you guaranteed pass.
Guess who is the richest person now today?
Is it not Bezos? Oh,
I think it's
I
Elon
don't
Musk.
even follow them. No,
Anyway.
Elon Musk, the way that they go, so they will soon drop that guy down.
So
He go come below, he go Bezos go take over. The way they go like this, so with his rocket that are blowing up every now and then. That guy go enter number 2.
To make my point, right? Let's just pick the top 10. The top 10 richest people. Whose business are they investing in? For the most part.
Themselves and their own business.
Okay, all right. I rest my case.
You they tell me MOP. I say you be Omo Igbo. You don't talk to Omo Igbo MOP.
Baba, I don't get burnt before, Jerry. May God help all of us.
You see, as I do like this, I tell my people one time when I was doing my Monday morning talk show, I'm like, look, the best thing you can do for yourself is invest. Start small. They practice them. Small. If you see somebody, if you see a business, you can start with $1,000, $2,000. Even if that business will be giving you $200 in a month, just start it. Take and they practice, because you need to acquire a lot of skills. So that business where they take place, small, it will grow your skills to the point that from $2,000 investment, you can move on to $10,000 investment, then $100,000 investment, and then you go from there. Last year, one of my buddy, we were looking at a business option, and then when they introduced us to that business, the business looks so good, and at the same time, it has some risk. So, but because when my guy look at the amount, the capital required for the business, it was going like about 200K. So my guy was like, that return, I can't take that risk. That return is way too small compared to the capital. You know, he was looking at it like, how can I invest almost 200K and all I have to cash out is just about 2,000 in a month. No, 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 no. I can't do that. So I now told him that I don't think you really pay attention to this business. What you saw was the least income you can have. That is like the least secured income you can have on that investment. So I was trying to explain it to him. He wasn't buying it at all.
Yeah,
So I'm
it's
like,
tough.
okay, if you don't want to do that, it's okay. But me, I'm gonna go ahead with it somehow. And he was like, Ben, you are crazy. Why would you? I now explain the same thing. I explained it to him another way around. I said, okay, look at America, for instance. Everybody, they are talking about real estate, real estate, real estate. People will tell you, oh, where you have one home, okay, try to get another home and use that as rental property, right? He say yes. I said, okay, now, what happens when you have a rental property? If you're going to have a very good rental property, you're looking at between 300 to 400K. You know, we live here in Texas.
Where?
Unlike
Okay,
here in
yeah,
Texas,
600.
unlike your area now, low they leave that side. Leave us for our own angle for here.
$600,000.
Our MOP leave us. We know they pass our boundary. So I break it down to him. I say, look, if you're gonna do a rental property, you're looking at between 300 to 400 grand, right? Now, by the time you set up the rental property, you finish everything. What are you expecting in return every month? You're probably gonna be getting maybe 3K highest in a month.
At most
From the renter. The least is still gonna be around 2,500.
On top, toilet breaking at 12 midnight.
MOP, you get experience. You know what's up, true. So I now told him
toilets break in middle of the night. We'll go fix them.
So I now told him that the highest you can get with your rental investment monthly is 3K. Now, if you're gonna get any huge return from your real estate investment, that means you're gonna sell the property altogether, and you're looking at maybe after 2 years, if the market goes up, and right now that the interest is super high, you don't even find buyer. You go to do beg at the end of the day. You know, say, Ben, it's like it's making sense. I say, now look at it. This business of 200 grand.
Uncle Ben, some will tell you are being negative. You're even lucky. Go ahead.
So I now said, okay, but if you look at it, this business option right here, the highest you can go with this 200K investment is 16 grand in a month. He said, how did you know better? I said, the other day when I was telling you to wait, you didn't wait, you ran away, but I waited, I asked questions and everything. The highest with the 200 grand is 16, with the 200 grand, you come out with 16 grand in a month. Now, in a year, you can only be lucky maybe 3 times or 2 times to get that 16 grand in a month. Because that is like the peak performances you can have.
That's the best case scenario.
The best case scenario, and you can only get it like maybe 3 times in a year. You know they happen, but
so
you
why
will surely get one.
If you can only get it one quarter of the whole year, why are they using that to sell? I guess for the obvious reason.
No, they're not even the person that brought the idea. He wasn't even using that. He gave us the worst scenario. So when he gave us the worst scenario, I'm thinking, I know this business. I've been following this business before. How can you tell me with a 200 grand, the least you can get out is 2,000? So I no agree. When my friend don't say no, after we leave, I now called him again. Then we meet for the second time. Then I now say, look, bro, I will take you out. Anything on me. We need to talk about this. I really want to do this, but I need you to furnish you with more information. We come out now. I buy stuff. We were drinking, and then I bring my pad to come out. Then we start talking. That's where he now break it down. So that's where he now revealed to me that the peak is 16 grand. The worst case scenario you can ever have, like if heaven they fall, everything's that babu, is 2 grand in a month. And I say, then on the average, 8 grand.
Yeah,
that 8 grand.
There's I don't care what kind of business is it, right? You can be digging gold, right? Or you can be drill, baby drill. There is more to the story. There's something called slippage in business.
Yeah. Yeah.
The higher you try to scale it, you go just notice things is slow. because it requires, like anything else in life, it will require more capacity in terms of whatever infrastructure you are running, right? But they know they tell person until you've gone through this kind of stuff, you know. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it, you know.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you know, businessmen take risk now, you know.
Yes.
So for me, even all the way from Nigeria, if I'm gonna invest in anything, I'm more concerned about the worst case scenario. That's what I focus on every business. The risk, you can tell me, oh, this business, Ben, this business will give you million in 1 week. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Tell me the risk that comes with this business. Make I go to my own drawing board.
At least
go
as
figure
much as
out.
they can share, right? At least as much as they can share.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just tell me, let me go and do my own risk analysis and see if this thing hit me, will it take me out, or I go still get one leg where I go still dey hop on. So that just how me I process all these things. Thanks, MOP, for having me, Jerry.
Thank you, Baba. Thank
Mr.
you.
Marriott, Uncle Patrick, thank you. Shout out to everybody.
right,
Mr.
boss,
Dio, maybe he don't sleep. All right, thank you, MOP. Bye.
All right, boss. Love to the family. All right, so let me round it up like this. It's very simple. There's no free money anywhere. The best investment is investment in yourself. What I mean by that is your skill set, your mindset, your education. Some people say education has come. Now your will be that. But anyway, just invest in yourself. The next best is your business. But if you're not a business person, then wherever the stock market in your jurisdiction, wherever you live, for me it's America. You can bet. You can't bet against America. I wouldn't do that. So you can bet for America. What I mean by that is ETFs. You know, ETFs that's tracking the general indices. You know, if you don't have the time to be monitoring stock by stock, I will avoid that, because then your emotions get involved naturally. So it's hard to keep your emotions under control. You're probably just going to lose money and then quit altogether. But go and Google what they call dollar cost averaging and learn everything you can learn about it, and you'll be fine. Investing in private businesses, if you're not really into capital venture and stuff like that, I would just make sure if it's family and friends, that's fine. Just know that if you invest money that you know you won't be able to withstand losing, most businesses will fail within the first 5 years. It doesn't matter what type of business. It's just the truth, because there's a lot that goes into it. Mario says, I can't do Nigeria investments. That's currency. If you are importing into Nigeria, problems. If you are exporting Nigeria out, I think that is a viable business, as long as you make sure there's a marketplace, okay, for whatever you are exporting out of Nigeria, okay. But just make sure you know what you're doing. I'll be careful. I'll be very careful. Importing into Nigeria, solely importing into Nigeria. Anyway, I don't want to get into that conversation right now because there might be some nuances there. Most people should stay in though, because we don't know what we're doing. That's why we should buy ETFs and not individual stocks. Exactly. Thank you. Yep. Uncle Patrick say, Bello, you laugh my social security money. Wala. May God help us, all of us. Don't give people your money, oh. Don't give people money that you think you might want back. I will be very careful with that. If you're taking risks, you're supporting a friend or something like that, don't do anything more than you can bear to lose. Be careful. Be careful. Even if they show you progressions and pro formats on paper, they don't know shit about that business about to get into. They don't know everything. They might know some numbers, but usually if they're the one presenting the opportunity to you, they are naturally optimistic. Okay, so they will tell you all the highlights of it. Because of emotions, they might not be able to tell you the emotions and the fact that they just don't know what they don't know. They might not be able to tell you the worst case scenario, and rightfully so, because after all, they're trying to sell you something. So hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, help me share. Please, so if you see a scooter business and they forget to tell you that it was about scooter business, but they're telling you they will multiply your money, be careful. If they told you that, even if you collapse in 1 year, by 6 months you have gotten your money back. No, you won't. Human psychology, human emotions is not your mate. You won't. You're going to lose your money. Okay? Be careful. Not just scooter money. It could be soap. It could be toothpaste. If it's heavily weighted on you recruiting other people into the business, that's how they plan to make money. You're going to lose your money. Okay? You're going to lose your money. A lot of times people have lost money, but they lost time, so they're just happy to leave the business. A lot of people are just happy to leave the business, so they don't even count how much money they've lost. So they don't catch a lot of lawsuits, unless the lawsuit that they mostly catch is directly from SEC or FTC. They might file a lawsuit against them for advertising falsely. People generally don't sue them because they've lost time, they lost money, and they've lost also a lot of themselves, their friends, and they're just happy to have the courage to get some freedom. Maybe if we get some good numbers on it, I might do a follow-up. If not, we'll go back to talking about UL Odochie on the next live stream, okay? Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. God bless. Peace.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done